Hey everyone, let's talk about eye health. A lot of people struggling with their vision. So, first, let's go over some of the apparent reasons why your eyesight is not as good, if that happens to be you. Some of the reasons why your eyesight is not as good as you'd like, things that are making it worse. And we'll talk about things that can make it better. So, in my observation, looking at patterns, a lot of the reason that a lot more younger people seem to be struggling with their eyesight. Part of it's due to toxicity, endocrine disruption, toxins in the body, interfering things. So if you start on my health playlist and start deep detoxing and rebuilding your gut lining and immune system and things from there, this will all help for sure. And the liver health is directly related to eyes. How your liver is functioning has a lot to do with how your eyes are functioning. There's also parts of the brain, of course, that coordinate vision. So a lot of it is the blue light and the screen time and staring at false light spectrums. I won't say false, but artificial light spectrums and staring at them up close for many hours a day and frequently and so forth. This is a recent phenomenon since people started getting cell phones and staring at them all day. It's already been proven, of course, that that light spectrum is not good for your vision. And then another problem with it is you're staring at things up close all the time. So not only are you radiating your eyes with a light spectrum that's not really good for your vision, but you're staring at things up close. So the muscles and the nerves and the things that coordinate vision will have difficulty adjusting to seeing things at distance. This is where exercises come in. There's some exercises I've linked in the info box below this video for your consideration. Um, Here's what I would do. This video is just what I would do if I was struggling with vision problems and I wanted to seriously get focused about improving my visual focus. I would do the exercises. I would make sure to spend time in nature or the closest thing you have to nature, at least be outdoors and looking at things in the actual light spectrum generated by the sun so that your eyes can work on relearning the kind of light they're actually meant to see with and they can absorb some of that spectrum. I'm not talking about staring at the sun. I mean being outside and looking at things that are lit by the sun. The natural light spectrum. It's more complex and more holistic than any of these artificial lights people are staring at so frequently. So that's a little bit on the lighting and exercise side of this. Um, Now let's get into nutrition, where I can, I guess, start with another thing that's part of the problem here. All the nutrition that's known to be good for eyesight is really high in special antioxidants, high spectrum, high quality, high end antioxidants. I'll talk about some of those foods. There's many linked in the info box below for your consideration. So, to me, when you live in what they call society and you eat mostly processed foods and dead animal products, you're not getting any antioxidants. And if you lived in nature, if you lived off the earth in a natural way, your food is your medicine is your food. That's the way it was really meant to be for humans. So when you're eating out of the plant kingdom in a healthy, full spectrum sort of a, let's say, all encompassing, mostly or completely plant based diet, um, you're getting all sorts of antioxidants that are really good for your eyesight, as well as everything else in your body. When you're living in society, you're kind of devoid of all those things. In society, food is not medicine, and medicine is not food. So not only is it artificial light and artificial practice of staring at things up close all the time, but it's an artificial diet devoid of all the things that take care of the eye health. And remember, any one of these special antioxidants that's especially good for eyesight is also really good for a bunch of other things in your body, preventing all sorts of disease and helping your cells to replicate in good condition instead of making DNA errors when they replicate. So if it were me, what I would do the exercises. I would make sure to get more real light time and less false light time. And I would devise my diet to basically make staples out of as many of the things in the info box below as possible, the food sources with the antioxidants that are best for your eyes. To summarize some of those, leafy greens are really good for your eyes. They have a lot of the proper antioxidants. So if you can remember, everything I say, guys, everything I advise as a food, I always mean organic and non-GMO, okay? It's up to you if you want to consume things that are GMO and not organic, if that's your only option. That's for you to decide. But when I'm talking about foods and herbs, just so everybody knows, I'm only recommending organic, non-GMO. And this is true in all cases. If I forget to mention that, just remember that's true in all cases. So, good organic leafy green vegetables. And if you cook them, you only want to do it lightly, light steaming, um, a little bit of boiling, like simmering. You can get away with that and still keep the antioxidants. You don't want to straight up cook things and you don't want to fry things because you're destroying most of the antioxidants or a large percentage that way. You could also consume your greens raw. You could either juice them like we like to do here, so you get the cellulose out of the way and you can just straight infuse those greens, the basic plant blood, right into your own blood. But either way, a key thing to remember here, there are some fat soluble vitamins that are very useful for eye health. And so some of those are in these leafy greens. You would want to include a little bit of healthy oils, okay? For me, that would be like taking a shot of flax oil with it, which hits on another point. Omega-3 fatty acids are essential for good eye health. All the cells in your body need omega-3 in order for the cell membrane to stay flexible so it can adjust right. Like when your sight is looking around, even the lens in your eye is being bent. There are things being bent a little bit to bend light. There's muscles and nerves that do this. And even at a cellular level, it's the same principle. You need your cells to be flexible. And excuse me, you need the cell membrane to be permeable. So waste can get out properly and nutrients can get in properly. And a big part of what's wrong with a lot of people's cells is the oils they consume in their diet have hardened the cell wall to the point where it's like sticky, hard, crunchy plastic, and it doesn't let the toxins out well, and it doesn't let nutrients in well, and it's not very flexible. So for all sorts of reasons, this is cellular destruction. So a thing like raw, high quality organic flax oil, it does me a lot of good in my family, a lot of good. So to balance out the fats in your life, and if you're going to consume an oil that actually has net benefit to your whole system, I would highly recommend that. Take a little bit with your leafy greens, and then you'll absorb all the fat-soluble vitamins better as well. Now, another thing is quality organic, like free-range, healthy, happy chicken yolks, egg yolks, or duck egg yolks, like I eat occasionally here. When I do it, I consume them raw. I actually just separate the yolk from the white and just consume it raw, so I get the full powered benefit of it. I can't recommend raw eggs to anyone in case you're sensitive and get salmonella infection or something. Throughout the course of my life, I've eaten many, many, probably thousands of raw eggs, and I did have salmonella poisoning once, which was interesting. I just had to stay hydrated and stay at home and deal with it. So it can happen, but it's pretty rare. Anyway, that's a side note. But even a cooked egg yolk, try not to overcook, of course, but even a cooked yolk has some pretty good antioxidants and fat soluble vitamins. And of course, it contains its own oils, so it will have the oil necessary for you to absorb those fat soluble vitamins. Another category of foods that's really a powerhouse for eyes is berries. A lot of the best foods with the best type of antioxidants For your eye health, come in berries. Goji berries, elderberries, um, mulberries, blueberries, blackberries, and more. Check the info box below. So the berry category is really good. It's like special for eye health. And again, remember, of course, these things are going to benefit other systems in your body. So to kind of wrap all this up, the way I see it, the way I would organize it, I would make a habit of doing my exercises and preferably out in natural light when you do it, especially any exercises involving looking up close and then looking far away so your eyes can zoom in and focus at a distance. I would definitely aim to practice these things in natural light, outdoors in the sunlight, away from artificial lighting. I would reduce my artificial lighting exposure, of course. And then in my diet, the diet aspect of my lifestyle, I would make staples of as many of these eye healthy foods as I reasonably could. And I would, of course, apply proper food combination principles in how I eat them. And that's it. I mean, now you're addressing it. You're addressing it nutritionally, you're addressing it practice wise, exercise. You know, those of you that are into some kind of fitness, you understand with muscles, there's two sides to things. You got to stimulate them, right? You got to stimulate them to get stronger, faster, better, bigger. And then you got to feed them right and do the complete opposite and rest them and let them build up from it. So what we're talking about here is the same thing for eyes. Giving them proper stimulation by taking them out in natural lighting and doing good eye exercises, and then the nutritional side to build them up. The only other factor here that would be a limiting factor for many is the toxicity that your body currently sits at. I always recommend you start out with the first 3 videos on my health topics playlist and do some version as close as, I mean, this is, I can't tell you what to do. This is just what I would do and what I have done. The things on those first 3 videos will get your body prepared to use nutrition, supplements, and practices and exercises much more effectively thereon and going forward. Okay? So that wraps it up for me. That's what I would do to improve my eyesight. Um, Hopefully, you guys find this quite useful. It's meant to help many who are dealing with this because, you know, one of the more enjoyable, to me, one of the more enjoyable senses we have is our sense of sight. So it is really important. If I was feeling like I was struggling in that area, I would definitely get proactive and I would wrap my lifestyle around these things discussed in this video and get going and get improving on it. Okay? I do believe in you. I absolutely believe you can. From my personal experience, I know these things are possible. All sorts of aspects of the body can very much be improved, regenerated, sharpened. You have to know you can, you have to believe you can, you have to be studious, and you have to practice, and you have to do it, and you have to believe in what you're doing, and you have to take responsibility, sovereignty, and stewardship over your own temple. And it's amazing. It's beyond amazing what's possible. And even I am really only scratching the surface of what's possible. And I've experienced all kinds of things people consider impossible already. So I believe in you. That's my video on eye health and eye improvements and eyesight improvements. Much love for now, everybody. Over and out.